My name is Bailey Skipper, and I'm a wedding photographer and videographer located in Virginia, but I love to go just about anywhere. I actually didn't know it was a job at all until this girl from my very small county in Kansas started doing it, and it looked really fun. And I was like, wait, you can get paid to do something like that? So I just decided to do it last minute when I was coming to college. I didn't even plan to do anything arts related necessarily. I thought I was gonna do sports in college and maybe like business or something. And then after I learned about her doing that, I just rolled with it. I signed up to do video production at Liberty, and then I've just been rolling with it since then. I've been shooting weddings since about 2023, 2022, but I've probably shot over 40 at this point. Yeah, and I'm only gonna shoot more. I would say whenever I go to weddings, I do have my business mode that comes into play. And so, especially at first, I was probably a little more reserved, a little more quiet, but whenever I get to weddings and I'm kind of the person in charge, that has to go away. And so I think I'm still myself. I would still say I have that calming presence, which a lot of my clients actually find helpful on their wedding days because it can be really stressful. And especially if you're the one leading all these people, I think it's a lot more helpful to be calm instead of just yelling and screaming at all these people. So I try to stay calm, and then I would say I try to keep it natural and not like a big photo shoot the whole day. I know a lot of times, wedding days are so busy anyways, and it is a lot of photos, but I try my best to limit that and keep it really chill. I would consider myself to be chill. And so I like to keep the experience for my clients chill too, which is another reason I think people decide to work with me, because they don't want their whole day to be just about photos, which I highly value as well. And then I would say I definitely keep things joyful as well, because it is such a special day. Who would want a sour photographer that is just kind of messing up the day rather than making it better? So I just try to be thoughtful, creative, and helpful on wedding day. Yeah. I would say my photography and videography style definitely has a film-like nostalgic feel to it, whether it be through motion or the actual look. A lot of times I like to incorporate film aspects into either my videos or my photos, whether that be grain or actual presets that make it look like a film video or something. Definitely love the nostalgic or old school kind of vibe when it comes to music and that kind of thing for the videos. And I like to keep it classic, yet I like to be creative with what I'm doing, whether it be through the posing or the editing itself. And then I would say the colors, if we're looking at that, I would say just enhance true to life. I don't know if that makes sense to people, but I think the colors that are already there are quite beautiful, and I just like to give them a little bit of a pop, the colors that are already there. When shooting, I for sure prefer a mix, definitely. I think candid are really fun, but oftentimes my mother-in-law's a photographer as well, actually. And she always touches on that photographers nowadays, it's like too candid. Like people are getting their photos back and they don't have like a picture of just like a groom and the bride just beside each other. Like there aren't those classic photos I think people are starting to miss nowadays. So that's why I like to incorporate both. That old school style I was kind of talking about, but also bringing in the new age kind of look. When couples work with me, I think they can expect a fun yet chill experience. I don't like to I don't really have a big out there personality. Like I'm not gonna be going crazy. I will be hyping you up along the way, but I like to keep things really peaceful and just give my couples a time of rest almost, rather than, because a lot of people are like anxious or like nervous when they're showing up for a photo shoot, let alone their wedding day. So I try to keep things very calm, chill. And then throughout the shoot, I also try to keep things creative, especially just looking up inspiration beforehand and also paying attention to inspiration they sent me as well, trying to tap into that, but also putting my own spin on things. So I would say they can expect to have a fun yet peaceful and creative experience. I think my favorite part of photographing weddings would probably be getting to work with so many people, which is kind of surprising because I would consider myself a little introverted. But that's something I've really loved about this job, is that it's kind of brought me out of my shell in that way. And I just get to meet a lot of wonderful people, honestly. And most people have a lot of wedding horror stories, but I honestly have been very lucky with the customers and just clients I've had. And just meeting really kind people, networking, and then just getting to celebrate with these people on one of their most special days. This is something you have to learn along the way. It's definitely tricky, especially when you first get into it. You're like, where do I go? What do I do? That sort of thing. I try to give people space, especially in intimate or emotional moments, but at the same time also being willing to get into the action, at least for a little, to capture the moment, because that's also a priority. So whether that be through like longer lenses I try to utilize so I can be further back, but also still get the details, or just sacrificing and walking in front of everybody, even though it feels kind of awkward. I just try to do that to capture the emotion and all, but really try not to be invasive, especially intimate moments of like a first look. Like I'm not gonna be over your shoulder trying to, I don't know, get all the details there and just kind of ruin the moment. So I try to give my couple space while also getting the shots. Whenever it comes to a wedding day and telling the couple's story well, I love to do research beforehand, whether that be on our video call I do before we even book with one another. I like to ask them about themselves, their story, how they got to know one another, family dynamics, all the things, just to get to know them and have that stuff written down and in detail before their wedding day, because sometimes when you don't know those sorts of things beforehand, it can get tricky. I also like to be really attentive throughout the day, which is something I found that's a natural quality in myself that's kind of just worked out with the job of being an observer, like the introvert part of me. That part is actually really helpful, of like not having to be the attention or like not paying attention as much. Like I really do look at the small things throughout the day. So I think that's been highly valuable and has kind of set me apart a little bit and helps me tell the story well. I would say something that sets me apart from other photographers and videographers, whether it comes to actually shooting or what the product looks like itself, is that I'm not the most traditional. I think a lot of people have a certain way they think weddings are supposed to go, and they think every wedding should go that way. But honestly, I don't feel that way, and I'm fine with it not being that way. So I think just as a person, that's what sets me apart. I would say I'm very flexible. I feel like the way I grew up and all kind of helped with that. I have 7 siblings, so I'm very flexible. I'm used to being a leader and having, or like getting to take care of people and stuff. So I feel like that actually set me up for great success before I even knew it. I guess the other thing that sets me apart is that I'm just me and there isn't another me. So I'm definitely still young and I'm growing a lot, but I think I definitely still have my spark, and I'm excited to learn and I'm excited to grow. So I guess those are a few things. I guess I would say thanks for watching if you made it this far, and that I would love to work with you, so reach out.